Hey everyone, this is John the Watch Concierge, and today I'm going to be talking about my Stührling original Aviator watch. It's a pilot style watch. As you can see, it's got a pretty cool dial too. And this is actually my last Stührling watch that I have. All the other ones I ended up selling or giving it away. And it's not to say that I don't like this brand, but I think I've had kind of like my phase of Stührling watches, and I just want to go into maybe some more higher quality watches, and specifically mechanical or automatic. And even though Stührling does make some automatics, but I can't really find Stührling watches here in Sweden, so this is an American brand after all, so it'll be harder to find. But I do really like this watch, and I think it is great quality for the 80 bucks that I paid for on Amazon. And I do recommend you checking out their watches if you're just getting into watches and watch collecting. They make some decent watches for really good prices, I think. This one is, it's got a screw down case back, and it's 100-meter water resistant. It's got a pretty cool dial, I think. And the leather band feels great. And I'll go into all the details in my aerial view, so you can compare maybe to other pilot watches out there and see if you think this might be a good option for you. But I'm just going to say how I feel about this watch and the specifics of the watch, so tune in. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Stührling original Aviator watch. This is a pilot style watch, Flieger watch, and it's got a pretty cool dial. As you can see, it's got that grainy texture on some parts of the dial there. And you've got a really interesting day feature as well, going down, as you can see, Monday through Sunday, and today is Saturday, so it shows up as red. And you also have a date window right there. So overall, a really nice looking dial, and I like the seconds hand with the red tip right there, and I think it's really well done. Unfortunately though, the only thing that has lume on here is the hands. So surprisingly enough, you'd think that maybe the indicators and the numbers here would have lume as well, but I tested it out and it's only the hands. They have decent amount of lume, but nothing that will last too long, and nothing that's extremely bright. But it will light up a bit if you put it in sunlight, so naturally it lights a little bit, so that's pretty cool. So I don't have to really torch it with my flashlight to get it going. But of course, if it's at night, then perhaps. But if I'm already in the sun, after a while when you go back inside the house, you'll notice the hands will be a little bit loomed up already. I really like this watch. I think it's a great design, and it's got really a good overall feel to it. As you can see, you got a screw down case back right there, and it is 100 meters water resistant, so that's pretty cool. Although it's not a screw down crown, it's just a push pull. You got hacking also with this movement. I believe it's a Miota movement inside there, and as you can see there, it's got Japan movement. Krysterna Crystal, which is a crystal developed by Stührling. It's kind of like a hardened mineral crystal. In fact, I can actually go into more details about it and tell you what they describe on their website about what is Krysterna Crystal. But before we go into that, I just kind of want to go over other aspects of the watch. So I really like the detail here that they have with this Stührling logo and Stührling name right up at the top there. Just a really overall nicely polished watch. The sides here, everything looks clean and really well done for an $80 watch. So Of course, it is a little bit lighter than I would expect for a watch this size. So the size of this thing is a 44mm case diameter, and you got a thickness of 9mm, so it's actually quite slim for such a big diameter. But as you can see, you got also kind of chunky big leather straps, but these actually feel really great, and you can even tell just by looking, it just feels really nice, and it just looks really good quality. I like the color of it. It's definitely a different style band. I don't have anything else like this, I don't think so. And you got the Stührling logo right there on the buckle, and yeah, it's not much besides what I've already described. So this thing is surprisingly, for a quartz watch that's under $100, I'm actually surprised that it is 100 meters water resistant. So, but I think a lot of the Stührling watches have 100-meter water resistant. So even their divers, unfortunately, or some of their diver style watches, which for 100 meters, I wouldn't really consider that a diver watch. They do have some actual divers with at least 200 meters on it, but the one that I had, which I sold, and it had only 100 meters water resistant, and I guess you can just call it a diver style, so not a true diver's watch. But yeah, guys, this is a great little watch if you want to start off collecting watches and just kind of get into maybe pilot style watches or anything else. They got a bunch of designs, so you just look up on Amazon or on Stührling's website, and you'll see that they got plenty of designs and different style watches. And of course they probably have different quality depending on how expensive they are, so I'm sure you'll get a better quality watch if you pay for more of the, the higher priced watches. You'll probably get better quality, but this isn't bad at all. I am getting away from quartz watches. I'm just gonna stick to chronograph quartz and maybe some other special quartz that I like and I have started selling some of my just basic quartz watches. I just want to get into more of the automatic and mechanicals and just higher quality watches. So that's one thing that I've been doing so far. So like I said, this Krysterna Crystal is just kind of like a marketing thing, I think. It's just a hardened mineral crystal, but it's not much different than just a mineral crystal. It's supposed to be more scratch resistant because of course it's hardened, and so the process that they take is probably different than a basic mineral glass. So it says here, our Krysterna Crystal created using a centuries-old vernal process that successfully produces gemstone-grade synthetic sapphires, including the rare blue sapphire. This process takes ultra-pure 99.9% and above alloxite and bombards it with oxygen and hydrogen, then heats the alloxite to 3,630 degrees Fahrenheit to liquefy into droplets. And those droplets harden, they transform into a crystal clear material that's more durable than mineral glass and countless acrylics used by other manufacturers. So it's, they tell a whole story here and everything and how it compares to, I guess, other things, but it's essentially just a hardened mineral crystal with their patent on it. So, Seiko has Hardlex, and you got some other brands that maybe like to come up with different things so they can patent it and maybe just make it sound like it's cooler or whatever and that they created. So, but it's essentially, I don't think this has any actual difference to any other hardened mineral crystal. Probably still not as scratch resistant as a sapphire crystal, so I doubt it. So it's really more for marketing, which is part of the reason of why this company is a bit controversial, because it's really a lot of marketing behind it, whereas they could maybe put more money from the marketing into the actual watches. And I mean, they have a lot of marketing, but also their watches are actually pretty affordable. So it's not like they're like those other fashion watches out there like Filippo Loretti, where you got a bunch of watches that are marketed a lot, and you know, they're actually decent quality watches, but they're way overpriced for what they actually provide you with. So I think, at least with Stührling, even though they're just another fashion watch brand and they have a lot of marketing behind them, they at least provide you with affordable watches, and they're decent quality too. So I think it's, you know, it's worth the prices. You can get some really good deals on Amazon, so might as well get these, you know, instead of Movement and all those other ones that really like charge you way too much for what they provide you. So that's that about this watch and Stührling watches. So if you want to maybe look into getting one of these, I will put the link in the description. That way you can get one from Amazon. But yeah, like I said, the leather on this is pretty cool. It's really nice and it feels soft on the inside here and feels like good quality. You can see also 22 millimeter bandwidth, so you got a big leather band here, and 44 millimeter case diameter, but with a nice slim 9 millimeters case thickness. So overall, a good watch, and I hope you like the review. Let me know what other style watches you like, and if you know any other better quality pilot watches, and yeah, what brands you like out there. But make sure to like, subscribe, comment if you have any feedback, and share, and make sure to tune in for the next videos. Thank you and take care.